What's up? It's been a while since I did a mini bike video, like repair type shit or any of that crap. This been broke. Shut up. Been broke with Christmas and all. Can't afford to spend money on the bikes. But I had to buy some chain for this. So what we're going to do today is we're going to service this thing. I take the clutch off, grease it, new chain. Look at that shit right there. No good. That's no good. Get a new chain on that. We'll pop that off. Get it all greased up and serviced, because I've been doing a lot of riding. A lot of miles on her. And an oil change. So I'm going to start using this stuff. Lucas is good shit, and this is high zinc. You want to put high zinc in these engines because of the flat tappets or the lifters. So good 1030. I think this shit was like $56 for a case. What did I get in there? I got 6 of them. Be good to go with that. And this is the chain I'm going to use. This is Amazon chain, Speedco. It's pretty good stuff. It's not the best in the world, but it's good enough. Why can't I turn this damn light off? Let me pause this. Christ. Yeah, we're going to use this stuff. I used it before. Get a good amount of time out of it. Not, like I said, it's not the best in the world. It is made in China. Bullshit. At least I believe it is. Yeah. But it's not bad. It's decent chain. Go cut a chain, put that on there. And yeah, grease the clutch, change oil, and look over whatever the hell else. I must have put, I don't know, over 70 miles on this last week, and these things aren't made to do that. Especially that chain. Them chains, they're not made to go that long. But she's been holding up pretty good. She's pretty quick. Been happy with that. Got a lot of oil mess. We got to empty this out again. I was actually riding and this filled up and it shot oil everywhere, and there's oil all over the engine. It's too cold out, but I would like to just degrease the whole damn thing. But she's been holding up pretty good. Those who don't know, this is a Predator 224. And the only thing that's stock on this engine is the valve cover, the crank, and the block. And I believe I reused the lifters and the push rods. Everything else has been changed in here. That's the way I like to do it. I don't want to sit there and wonder if my engine's going to blow up. So this is the rod that I used. Turn this light off because it's too much. That's the rod that's in there. It's ARC rod 224. Yeah, it's the one for this. That's the number for it. This is the piston I used for it. It's a flat top piston, ARC. And this is the head that's on there. It's a stock head. What happened was I had this head on a 196. And the 196 just didn't run right anymore. I believe, I don't know. The cylinder walls probably just trashed. I don't know. It just ran like shit no matter what I did. So she went to the scrap pile, but the head was brand new still. And stock valves in there, but they're stainless steel. 26-pound valve springs, and I have Gauge ultralight roller rockers, the blue ones, not the black ones. but this head's on there. And she runs pretty good that way. And, you know, of course, this worked out pretty well. Yeah, 301 gas tank. This thing got some good fuel range, like really good fuel range. I'm happy with that. I got some of the RC car stuff up here too. Alright, so let's get into this. Yep. Gotta make sure the camera's in right. I'm using a chest rig. I'm not holding this right now. So right now I'm using a chest rig, so this camera's kind of all over the place. I'm gonna see how this works out. This is the one I use for when I'm riding. So let's get this torn apart and get to it. Alright, let's dig into this thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to get new chain on here. I'm going to loosen this up and the tensioner, because I want to be able to, as this wears in the new chain, I want to be able to use the tensioner to tighten it up. It's like the tensioner's all the way up now, and can't have that with the new chain. Oop. It's loose. So I love about these EC shields. Better than Go Power Sports. I finally got this damn side cover to stop leaking. That was in another video. It was that stupid fucking Max Torx clutch. Never again. Never ever again. I will stick to these Bravex clutches forever. The other night, as last week, a friend of mine broke down. He ran out of gas. Ran out of gas about a mile away from my house. And he's a big dude, big diesel ass dude. He was on a CT 200BX, I think it is. Big bike. I strapped him up to that and I towed him all the way back to my house, and that clutch did not smoke. And a day or so later I took it out and this clutch was perfectly fine. Awesome clutch. Very happy with it. Man, this chain is trash. She got some miles on her though. Cannot bitch. That's when you know a chain is beat, when it'll bend like that. Got a nice arch to it. It's supposed to bend like that, but it ain't really supposed to bend like that. I'm not a fan of the gold chain because that stuff stretches also. I have friends of mine that have that stuff. It still stretches pretty good, and it's still basically the same issues. With the kink in, how they just kink like that. Yeah, they kink like that and get stuck like that, and all that other bullshit. So I don't like to spend money on chain, because no matter what, they get beat. And believe it or not, I don't know why, I used to go through 40 chain more than I went through 35 chain, so 40 chains kind of out of the question. Alright, let's the impact driver, get that off. a lot of stock. Alright, thread locker in there. And I lost a shim. I have to clean that out. There she goes, Bravex. Take it apart and see what's going on with her. And what the hell happened to my other shim? Hold on, let me go find that. Alright, let's get this clutch apart. Oop, losing shit. What the hell did I just lose? There we go. Bell housing still looks good. It's a little beat up. Just a little bit. Let's see, let's get some light in there. It's a little beat up. That's expected. This thing is the bushing got a lot of pitting in it. You can see in there. To be expected. This is I ran this during the summer, early last summer or something, and she was beat already, but she's still holding up good. I had to reuse it because all the high-end clutches I bought are crap. That don't look too bad. They're wearing a little funny, but it's just the way the spring is. I'll get a new one after Christmas. I just can't spend money on shit. Also, I'm going to be building a 236 for this after Christmas sometime. So, that's another video. Kind of look forward to making. I am going to take some spray and clean that up. Be back in a second. Alright, so we're going to use this to grease it all up, the clutch. It cleaned up pretty good. It's a nice ridge there, but after Christmas she's getting replaced. Just need to get a couple more rods out of her. Actually, another friend of mine, he wasn't a Bravex clutch, but it was an Amazon clutch. His name's Philly Mini Bike. Go check out his YouTube, Philly Mini Bike. He said he had real good luck with the Amazon clutches too. I think it's basically a no name, but probably the same thing as this. Somebody just puts their stickers on it. Take that just a little bit, not much. You ain't gotta go crazy. This way you don't want it flying all over the place. Put too much, it'll wind up on the clutch plates, whatever the fuck you want to call them, and it'll slip. And that's good enough. Snap ring back on. And that's it. Just cleaned up, greased, and she's good to go for another 1,000 miles. 10,000, 100,000. I don't know if I should clean that out or not. I think I should thread chase that. Just to clean it up a little bit. Yeah, let me thread chase that. And too much shit builds up in there, you'll wind up having to put a new crank in it because it'll wind up getting stripped. We grab the old tap and die kit. Five sixteenths by 18. 18. No, I think it's 5/16 by 20. 24. Yep, 5/16 by 24. That's what it was. Crazy, that's a Chinese motor, but it's got standard bolts on it. Just clean it all up. There's so much friggin' Loctite in there. Oh yeah, it's a lot better. There's so much Loctite in there, I probably didn't have to use any more Loctite. But we will be. Don't need to break it down. Ah, come on. All right. Put that back on there. My spacers, and I got to get some more Loctite. Just gonna use some blue. I don't want this thing crazy nuclear tight. Some cheap Loctite that I got in my magnet fishing gear. Came with it, but I will use it. I was magnet fishing for a while. For some reason, it's slim pickings in Philly. All right, that's that. There's a lot of slop in that. Holy shit balls. Let me pull that back off. Oh, I don't like that. Crank's okay. The keyway's just a little beat up, but it's functioning, so maybe I'll order a new clutch this weekend. It's a little funky. like that. I'll order a clutch this weekend probably. All right, let's get a chain cut, I guess. What did I do with the chain? I'm losing shit. There we go. Oop. Huh. I swore this came with links. Guess it don't. Oh, links on it. I wish I was good at editing, so I'd edit out some of this dumb shit. So this doesn't seem so drawn out and boring, but it's a pain in the ass to try to edit on a phone. It's a real pain in the ass. Oh my God, this thing's stretched. Jesus Christ. All right, mark that. Ah, Christ, whatever. I just mark them. Jesus Christ. I can't even fucking see. It. Oh my God. Zoom out. Come on. I mark it with 2 dots. That's how I do it. And I grind them off. I can't stand chain breaks. That's just the way I am. So. Take the grinder to that bitch. And grind that off. Alright, got the new chain cut, and I had a whole nice other length. I'm going to cut that chain down to the same. I just cut right here and keep that with me. That's going to be a nice backup spare chain for me, just in case I ever throw a chain. This thing served me well, but she got to go in the trash. Ooh. Alright, so let's get this motor loose. I get this loose. It's a 12 and a 10. Get a half-inch out there. 13 and 12 or something. That's why I need to learn how to edit so I can get rid of these long ass delays like I just did. Actually, I need to get a computer so I can do it. Loosen that up. Probably need a wrench on that one. Back up. Get that all the way up there so the new chain on properly. And this thing got all scratched up already with chains blowing and all that other mess. This is going to be fun breaking in a new chain. I hate breaking in new chains. It's always an issue. What I like to do, the chain will start to loosen up, the new chain, and I'll try to adjust it with the motor after it wears in. And it's going to wear a little bit more, and if I'm on the road, I can adjust it with the tensioner down here. Doesn't always work out, but that's kind of the plan. Alright, so I got to move the motor back. So I loosen up the motor. This thing is dirty as hell too. A lot of crud and oil on this thing. But she's a street bike, not a show bike. She puts in the miles. Don't fall on me. There we go. I shouldn't have rolled on. Put the new master on. Come on. Who the hell's at my door? One of the damn cats. Alright, new chain on. And we just gotta take the slack off at the engine. That's good right there, as long as it'll stay there. Looks like she wants to fall. Don't fall on me. I got to tighten up the jack. Got a scissor jack with a piece of 2x4 on it, or 2x1. Yeah, this thing needs a good degreasing. A little loose. I want it a little tighter than that. Wish my steering would stop turning. That's what making it want to almost fall off. Yeah, I know it's boring, but Jesus Christ. Not one of my best videos. I had to put something mini bike out though. Been easier to put out RC car videos, so I have the time. We'll stuff that behind that valve cover. That's good enough if it stays there. She's gonna wear fast. Gotta keep my eye on that. Plan on riding out tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Well, trying to get all this done tonight, especially the oil. I know that oil's pretty nasty. Need a shorter ratchet or something. Tighten up the 10 so I don't lose it. Alrighty. New chains on. Let the oiler up a little bit, make a bigger mess. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure I said before, I use bar and chain oil for chainsaws. Tighten that damn bolt up, things all over the place. Let's put our side cover on. And goddamn shit finger and everything. Get this off the jack and move the jack forward so we can change the oil. I want to tilt it, get all the oil out. Shine that up. I actually had somebody comment on Facebook, it was funny, that I have a Confederate flag on the front. They're like, Dan, the Confederate flag, really? It's the General fucking Lee. It's the most iconic TV car on the planet. It has nothing to do with racism. Fucking people are so triggered. Well, they can kiss my ass. The General Lee's a badass car. I'm not even a real fucking Dodge fan. At least not the new shit. I would like to do some other stuff, like maybe a Starsky and Hutch type bike, like the A-Team and Knight Rider. I'd have to find like the Knight Rider wheels. I had to do something like with the Knight Rider wheels or something like that. All down the line. For now, got my old General Lee. It's funny, before all this liberal bullshit, nobody gave a rat's ass about the Confederate flag. You know, it triggers people. Oh well. Go home and play with your coloring books and cry to everybody that don't give a shit. Alright. Let's get her down and change to Earl. Up on the back wheel. Go. Here's something stupid. One of my jobs I did on this was changing a side cover or something like that, or changing the side cover gasket. My dumbass forgot to tighten up the oil. Under there. Yeah, everybody's seen them before. Oil drain. I'm flying down the damn street and it pops out and I lose all my oil. Like a dumbass. Lucky I wasn't too far from home. Alright, so let's go get the drain pan. Be right back. We got our drain pan, a nice cooking sheet. Since I don't bake, they're good for oil changes. That drain out. Let's open this bitch up. God damn. I hope there's more oil than that in there. I'm gonna be upset. Alright, so tighten up, bitch. Let's get this off. Make sure it's drained. Sure it isn't, because I did a nice long ride after I changed or drained it. Man, there's oil everywhere. God, I wish it was warm out so I can get rid of this shit. Just degrease everything. Shitty part about this, when it fills up, it goes right on the top of my brake. Ew. Nasty. Whoop. Yep, pour it on my floor. Nice and nasty. See that? Gets all that water in there and turns colors. Gotta get some of that water out of there. That's what happens while I'm riding. If it fills up, I got a little funnel with me. Just open this bitch back up and pour it right back into the motor. You don't want your motor running dry. But that's proof right there. You need a catch can. And people say, ooh, what do you got a catch can on there for? Because I friggin' need it. There's no baffle on the valve cover. You go spray this shit. Alright, got that all cleaned up. So what this does is, looks like Chore Boy. That shit that crackheads use. It stops the oil from splashing around as it's being blown in through here. This way it doesn't just splash out right away. It's like a damper or something. It stops it from coming out unless what's the capacity? It's over full, whatever. I actually have one that showed up for the Motovox. I got to put one on that too. And she's pissing some oil out of the valve cover. There you go. Kind of want this to be all spread around in there. Keep that oil settled in there. Keep it at bay. Stop it from shooting all over the place and sloshing around. You know what? Let me loosen this damn thing up. Move it up. I don't know why the hell I got it so low. Alright, because I didn't want it to friggin' touch the goddamn fender. Make life easier on me. And like I said, I gotta do this when I'm on the road, so might as well make it easier. God, there's shit everywhere. And you see all that? That's all oil on the brakes. Not a good idea to oil your brakes. Although it makes for one hell of a ride. Alright, move it a little more. It's up against that line a little too much. Tilt it like that. Let's see what that does. I hate flathead screwdrivers, but I don't feel like looking for an 8mm. So I think they're all in my my bag that I use to ride. I don't feel like shit fingering the bag right now. Speaking of that, I gotta wash my gloves. They're all oily. There we go. That'll do. Good, nice and hand snug. Don't crank down on it. Looks crooked on camera, but it ain't. The oil's still draining. The oil coming out, though, don't look too bad. That's good. This thing always gets oil changes, especially when the damn side cover was falling off all the time. You always gotta change the oil. Depending on how much you ride. I like to do it in 2 or 3 rides, but I ride, 50, 60, 70 miles. I ride. Because, you know, these things can't cool themselves. Well, the oil can't really cool themselves. Technically, only the head gets cooled. So the rest of the block is hot as shit. Because the fan inside the motor only blows across here. Just cools the head, because that's where the combustion's all taking place. Everything else in the crankcase and all that, there's really no cooling down there. Like a car, for the most part, the oil can get cooled a little bit better because it's the block and all is being cooled by antifreeze. But These can't do it, so the oil breaks down a little faster. And on top of it, you know, it's a splash oiled system. It's not pumped. And there's no oil filter. Look at all that dirt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this tank off. I got an idea for making a loop with some vinyl tubing so I can see how much gas is in there. Looks like our oil's almost drained. Can't really see that on camera, but she's still leaking. So when that's all done, I'll bring it back. Alright, so I'm just looking around. And my damn voltage regulator's coming loose. So I'm going to tighten that up. I'll show you that in a minute. Come over there. Up in there's the voltage regulator for the lights. That's where the battery hooks in, and they hold the battery on. And there's the Dukes of Hazzard horn, voltage regulator to run the lights. The oil's still friggin' draining. I'm gonna tilt it some more. Get that shit going. I'll tighten that up. I'm gonna figure something out for that. A little too loose. Other than that, seems like everything else is alright. There's still bolts. All the bolts and all that crap are still tight there. Not too bad. This bike was a pain in the fucking balls. The first couple rides. It's killing me. You don't want an unreliable bike because then you're afraid to take it anywhere. Well, be back when that oil's drained. Alright, so the oil's finally done draining. Clean up a little bit. Actually, first, just for a good measurement, get this shit at Pep Boys. It's a zinc additive. It's good to have. And just a nice long good squirt in there will do it. Helps these motors last longer. And a lot of people don't care because they just go to Harbor Freight and buy another one. But I got lots of money into my motors and I'm not doing that. Like I said, I rarely ever run a stock motor. All my motors get at least an ARC flywheel and a rod. Don't want them blowing up on me. Where's my other light at? Just a little bit more. She's right there. And she's pretty much serviced. Ready for riding tomorrow. Probably ain't going to record the ride tomorrow, because I don't know. Well, the ride videos don't get too many views. I'll do it every once in a while. I don't know how popular they are. Well, there's not a lot of people that like watching that stuff. Even I get bored watching them sometimes. But it is what it is. Is there nasty old oil there? Got my spare chain cut. That's gonna go in the bag. Get this thing outside, let it drain. But that's pretty much it. Just keep your bike serviced. Should check the brakes. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to clean them off. Look how oily they are. I gotta hit that with some brake clean. I'll do that before my ride. I gotta be careful. I don't want it eating the paint off. But yep, that's it. Old General. Racist. Yeah, okay. She's ready to go for another mission. Me and my son had our X-Maxes out yesterday. We like beat the shit out of him, broke them, and all that other stuff. Gotta change his arm. Something going on with shock. And he broke a knuckle. I don't think I broke too much. Oh, I broke steering servo, but I put a new one in. So that's good. Oh, he broke the crank bell. Steering crank bell. Anyway. That's pretty much it for now. Trying to think of some more videos to do. The drag bike will be coming in. I got to get that thing straightened out, because apparently there's some shit talkers around here, and we need to race them. The legendary Jupiter Jack is going to pilot the drag bike, because he's a lot lighter than me. So that thing should fly with him on it. He's like 40 pounds lighter than me. That's a big difference. The goal is, well, we're going to race a bunch of people. There's supposed to be a go-kart around here that claims it's the fastest shit around. And I don't want to call anybody out on YouTube, but there is a YouTuber that's way more well-known than me, who is trying to be the first YouTuber to go 90 miles an hour on a mini bike. And he's building something. I have something built already. All I have to do is swap out the gear. And Jupiter Jack is going to pilot the thing, and we're going to hit as fast as the fucking thing can go. He doesn't give a shit. He'll ride. If it does 120, he'll ride it. So that should be coming up. We just got to find a spot to actually be able to run it that fast and not kill him. No cars or nothing like that. Drag strip's closed for the year. But we're going to get that bike straightened out and get that ready. And also, I got Jesus Christ. My little rascal. The 3 horse is going to come off it. No more show bike. And it's going to be turned into a street bike. Something that can be ridden around. And, I don't know, possibly go up on the market for sale. In this economy, nothing's selling though. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Little updates there, and thanks for watching.